Hello, and welcome to Melody Mentor's Music Theory, episode number 3. This week we'll discuss key signatures. A key signature is featured below. We can see that we have our clef, in this case treble, and it will always be like that. The clef will come before these series of flats or sharps. So it'll have your clef, treble, bass, tenor, alto, whatever it is for your instrument on that particular piece, and then it will be followed by a series of sharps or flats. Now, with key signatures, for identifying which ones they are, there's a couple things we need to know. The first thing is that the methods for finding the key signature of a series of flats and a series of sharps is vastly different, and we'll be covering both. The second thing we need to know is that the key signatures of C major and F major need to just be memorized because the methods will not work. C major has no sharps or flats. It's just blank after the clef. F major only has one flat. And to demonstrate why that's an issue, we'll go ahead and start with our flat method. So to find the key signature of a flat key, we simply find the second to last flat. So we can see that this is the last flat, and this is going to be our second to last flat. And in this case, it is situated on D, which means it is the key signature of D flat. Now, before we go to sharps, let's quickly go over why F major with only one flat won't work. As I said, the flat keys are going to be using the second to last flat. With F major, there is only one flat, so you can't do anything with that. So you just have to memorize F major as having one flat. Now let's use the sharps. With sharps, we're going to look at the last sharp, in this case, G sharp, and go 1/2 step up, and that will be our key signature. So in this case, G sharp, 1/2 step up is A. Now, for those who don't believe me, here, this is G sharp, and this is A. And to highlight them, G sharp, A. And yes, it says G sharp and A flat are the same thing. So now we know G sharp 1 up is A, so it is A major. Now let's try it here. This is a tricky one. So we know that our last sharp is E sharp. Now, E sharp, what's 1 above E sharp? Well, it can't be F. Here's why. If we look, oh, I should clear the circle off the screen. So this is E. Now, if we do E sharp, E, and make it sharp, we can see that E sharp is F. So when we go 1 above E sharp, it's actually going F sharp. So that's something to keep in mind. When you have the last sharp as B sharp or E sharp, keep in mind that patterns of the half steps and the musical half steps and the alphabet. So we know that the E sharp is F, 1 above F is F sharp, so we know that this is the key of. So now, when discussing key signatures, we need to take into consideration the patterns. So here's a chart of key signature on Noteflight, which is the composing software. Let's take a look. So if we look at the sharps, we'll look at the sharps first. So we notice that we start on F sharp, and 1 above F sharp is G, so this is all accurate. That's kind of a given here. Now, let's look at where the sharps go. We start on F, we go down to C, down a fourth. So down a fourth. Then C to G is up a fifth. Then here, G to D is down a fourth. And D to A sharp, D sharp to A sharp is down a fourth again. Let me redo that. Sometimes it is finicky, the annotate feature. Here we go up a fifth from A sharp to E sharp. And once again here, E sharp to B sharp down a fourth. So notice we are always going either down a fourth or up a fifth. And notice in the key signatures themselves, C to G is up a fifth, G to D is up a fifth, D to A is up a fifth, A to E up a fifth, etc. Or if you want to go the other way, C to G is down a fourth, G to D is down a fourth, D to A is down a fourth. It's the same intervals as we see up here. The pattern exists. It's either down a fourth or up a fifth. Now let's look at the flat keys and see if the pattern stands. Here, we'll start on B flat. This is B flat. Now here, instead, we're going up a fourth from B flat to E flat. And here, E flat to A flat, we go down a fifth. And it continues like this. It's the intervals of fourth and fifth remain the same, but they're reversed. Instead of going down a fourth like we did for sharps, now it's up a fourth for flats. Instead of going up a fifth like we did for sharps, it's now down a fifth for flats. So we can see that fourths and fifths hold importance in music. And in episode 6, we will cover a lot more on that. But for now, just know that fourths and fifths, up and down, hold a huge significance when it's talking about key signatures. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And thanks for watching.